Well, hello there folks. As you know, my name's Mark Miles and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take the results to the next level. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a hot topic. That topic is artificial intelligence, and we've all got a lot of it. Just kidding, of course, right? However, what we need to realize is that artificial intelligence is permeating and penetrating so many areas of our lives, even the world of training and presenting, right? And I am going to sound like an old man. I'm going to sound like an old man for just a moment. I'm going to say, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch AI unless you are already very confident with engaging your audience, very comfortable with developing session plans, very comfortable with developing daily syntaxes, right? What we find is that people will run to the calculator or the ChatGPT or whatever it may be, and they will go, oh, I'm going to make a session plan. I'm going to get ChatGPT to make my session plan. Well, guess what, folks? You're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. Because what ChatGPT doesn't know is who your audience are, unless you are very specific with your prompts. And even then, ChatGPT is going to miss out certain things, right? It's like, unless you tell it, do acknowledgement of country, it's not going to include acknowledgement of country, right? If you need to do acknowledgement of country, right? But at the end of the day, you need to realize that AI is only going to spit back out to the degree that it knows about you and your audience, right? So I really recommend that if you're starting out as a trainer or presenter, understand what are the 14 pillars of presenting, know them back to front. Then what you may want to do, I don't know if you're going to use it at all in any way, shape or form, is throw what you create into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT who your audience are, and then get some feedback on the plan that you have created. However, I don't touch ChatGPT at all for when I'm developing my corporate presentations, my keynotes, or my workshop presentations at all. I just don't touch it, right? Because here's the deal, folks. I am pretty much aware most deeply about who my audience are, what they need, what transformation they need, right? So instead of ChatGPT, go back to the original formula of where are they now? What do they think, feel, and do about the topic? What do they think, feel, and do about the topic? And what do you want them to think, feel, and do about the topic after they've done your training, right? So what we often find is that people will run to the calculator or ChatGPT to make my session plan without actually knowing how do you do it. And my fear around this is we're going to end up with a generation of trainers that one day their computer crashes and one day they can't access their session plan, or one day they can't access their ChatGPT, and they're limited on what they can actually do because they've relied on the technology so much, right? But if you know the structure of a session, how to create it, how to pop it together, in rapid fire time, then you're not worried about whether you've got access to your ChatGPT or not, because you can do it because you've got the skills to do it, right? And the formula that I teach, I pretty much memorized it, and I encourage everyone to memorize it, and then you can add on the 14 pillars and you're good to go, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't know the formula, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of messed up. You're kind of up a particular creek without a paddle or without an app, right? And I've often also had people come along to a session and go, oh, I can't access my ChatGPT or I can't get the app. I'm like, well, why do you need it? Why would you need it, right? If you got the skills, you got the skills, right? So anyway, that's a little bit of my rant, but I just wanted to speak to this topic because we see a lot of trainers and presenters going, yay, ChatGPT. I'm going, hang on. Let's get you the skills first. Then you can run to what I call not the done for you, but the add-on to you app of ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever you're using, right? It's great for ideas, but it should not be your starting point, all right? Make what you create and then go to ChatGPT and say, all right, are there any other things that I could add in? What am I missing? Or what else could I do to make this session even more empowering? But ChatGPT doesn't know your audience as well as you do, or as well as you should know your audience, right? So just keep that in mind. It's only just basically a wall that's going to spit back to you some ideas, but those ideas may or may not be relevant or workable in any way, shape, or form, right? You got to be able to walk into an environment and read the room, and maybe the 5 ideas that you've got in your session plan that ChatGPT gave you wouldn't even work anyway, all right? So you've got to be really, really careful. Don't run to the resource. Make your great ideas, then go to it as a reference point, but not the starting point. On that note, folks, hope you got some value from the video. If you did, like, comment, share. Let's get the message out there, team. Thanks so much for watching. Happy facilitation, team. We'll see you on the next one.